Kwa wakati huu tunaenda kuingia kwa kile kipindi ambacho waziri amesema tuongee wazi bila kuficha mambo yoyote. Sawa sawa. Na ningependa kuomba kila mtu ambaye amejulishwa kwamba ataongea aje hapa mbele, aketi kwa viti ambavyo vimewekwa hapa tafadhali. Kujeni hapa mbele upande huu. Lakini maongeo tutaanza na Assistant Chief, anaitwa Malaki Otoi, Senior Assistant Chief from Rachuonyo West. Please come forward, and the rest of us who are supposed to speak, come to the front. Malaki Otoi. Mpigieni makofi akija hapa mbele.
To our CS, our PSS, and all protocols that have already been laid. Good afternoon. Yes, as mentioned, I'm called Malaki Otoi. Malaki Otoi is Assistant Chief from Rachuonyo West, an area called Kakvimu. I also stand there as the county secretary. We organized ourselves, and I'm going to mention some of the recommendations from the chiefs fraternity that is seated here. The first point that I'm going to mention is about the offices of our chiefs. The chiefs recommended that they need good officers. Some of them operate from home, or if you look at their offices, they are in pathetic condition. And there are even some chiefs here who have been evacuated from the offices they rent, and therefore it makes public to suffer. And sometimes public may not wish to visit their homes, or sometimes there's some information that the public cannot share, or you can share with the public, but you don't want even your family to hear. Some are even very shameful that it needs officers. And therefore, we request that you construct for us the offices, all the officers. Number two, we also, the chiefs also mentioned about transportation. And these chiefs, all of them, who have received the motorbikes, they really appreciate the motorbike that they were given. But they have some issues on matters of motorbike. Number one, the model that was given, called KTM, getting the spare parts locally here is very cumbersome. And also, they have to use them to serve wananchi. Sometimes you may be called, but you cannot move because of the condition of the motorbike. And also they cry a lot, because when they use this motorbike on the on-ways, on the highways, they meet a special team called the General Government Vehicle Check Unit. And this team really harassed them. In fact, they were requesting that if you can talk to the department or the unit to exempt them from those from the checks, they will be very, very much happy. And then they also, still on the motorbike, they request that recently there was launch of some electric motorbike, which is more affordable and friendly. And we believe that even their sounds is the same as the local, because that KTM, that sound, even if you come from 5 and if you wanted to approach a culprit and they will just hear the sound, you'll never get them. Number 3, they talk about career progression. Amidst us here, Bwana CS, we have a lot of chiefs who have learned. In fact, we have graduate chiefs. And even if I may stand them, can we see all the graduate chiefs? Amidst us, from Homa Bay County alone, the graduate chiefs. You can see them. I even hold the data for the nation. There are many. There are many. This team, the team has really sacrificed to go to school with the wish that they will be promoted automatically to the position of SEC and SECs. And therefore they request that that promotion may be automatic, so that if you are graduated, you just move to the next cadre. They also request that even if the position is not there, we have our colleagues, our counterparts, after graduating, after attaining a certain level of education, they are just put in that job group. That is tantamount to their education. And by the way, when we heard that the SECs were promoted to DCCs, we were very much happy because we knew very well that automatically those positions are reserved for us. They also, in fact, they say that they don't need even orientation. Themselves, you give them work, they work. And even our bosses can attest to it. Another point, they say, okay, they were saying that when they went to school, some people, they are occupying some position that was supposed to be occupied by some people in the public. And if they are elevated, those positions will be for the benefit of the public who are still unemployed. Another point, which chiefs are talking about in that connection, they echo your office for the decree that the existing chiefs, when a vacancy occurs, then the existing assistant chief fills the vacancy. And they still insist, and they still, as they comment on that, they still recommend that the decree remain, so that somebody should not come from outside to come to be my boss. And I'm so much experienced. Right now, I'm a senior chief, and somebody can come from outside to take position of chief who is not even competent. So that one is on behalf of the assistant chiefs who are here. Is that true? You can hear. So, the team further requests that the recruitment should be done purely on meritocracy, away from political interference, so that the service delivery can be enhanced to those who qualify and those who merit such positions. Another issue that chiefs are talking about, the team is requesting for the revision of the scheme of service for the department, for our upward mobility. They say that there is a position called principal chief and senior principal chief. And they are requesting humbly that the position of principal chief, senior principal chief, which is meant for only one in sub-county, they see it that they are wamefinywa mahali, so that somebody will reach a position of senior chief 1, and then he will stagnate in that position at that level, and there is no that upward. So they request that one, we will create two positions for senior principal chiefs in the county. Second, they also request that you create a position of principal chief in the sub-county, so that all those chiefs can move forwardly. The second last, they talk about officers here. The newly employed officers, most of them take too long time before they are paid. We have officers here who have taken over 1 year before they are paid without personal numbers. And therefore they are requesting, because once you are appointed a chief, easy cuts Zarambe, they don't know that you've not been paid. In case of anything, they will be coming to you. And therefore, they request that immediately they attain that position, please sort them out so that they can also sort the public. The last one, they say that there are some regions in this county, especially if you go to Mfangano, if you go to Rachuonyo sub-county, the climate, the environment of the area required that the area be declared a place of hardship, and they need hardship allowance. One day you will walk there, and I thought you had come to that place. With the bad roads, with a lot of things, they request that those areas be declared places of hardship. Otherwise, they say that they need some facilitation during national holiday, so that they can sort out wananchi, and they make it a real celebration the way you see in the national. Otherwise, thank you very much.
Let's appreciate him. Thank you so much. Now next is